Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. And my heart goes out to Umpqua, the families of those killed and injured, my colleagues, my friends in Roseburg, the entire community. Yesterday, when the news broke, of course we all were in shock, but then I started reaching out to my friends and colleagues first and foremost to find out about their safety, but more importantly to let them know that I was thinking of them. And fortunately, I got very short texts back from them in a relatively reasonable way, because I'm sure they were dealing with a lot. But their response overall, overwhelmingly, was, "Your thoughts and prayers are appreciated more than you will ever know." And I'm sure that's true. This event impacts us all. It impacts, of course, them very directly, but all of us. The community college family. It impacts, yesterday I was in constant contact with most of the other community colleges, as I'm sure you were too. Just reaching out and trying to keep each other supported through this. We've all offered resources, as Brian said. We are here if they need anything. But I think the words that they shared with me are really the most important right now. Our sympathy, our prayers, our care is enough for now, for today. There's time to really talk about the next steps, but we need to be with them now in their sorrow and their loss. I also want to read a statement from Mary Spieldy. She deeply regrets that she was not able to be with us today. She has been in constant contact with us since the news broke yesterday. She's traveling and could not get a flight back on time, although we were in contact with her very late last night. She is here with us in spirit, and she asked that we read this statement that she wrote to be shared with you today. Yesterday, a tragedy occurred at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg. We are deeply saddened by these events, and our thoughts and prayers are with all those affected by the shooting. This is not the first time this has happened, but it takes on a more real quality when it is so close to home. Many have questions for which we do not have the answers. In the coming days, we will learn more, and there will be more discussion and more political conversations. But today and in the near future, our focus must be on the victims and their families and taking care of each other. When things like this happen, we all react differently. It's important to allow for the different emotions that will play out over the next days and weeks. Anger, helplessness, despair, profound sadness. It's even more important under these circumstances to be there for each other, to care for each other, to support one another. There is not much that is good that comes out of these kinds of situations, but senseless violence like this does remind us about what really matters in our lives. Life is so fragile. We saw it yesterday, which makes it even more important that we create conditions of caring and support. At fall in-service, I quoted Mary Oliver, "Tell me what is your plan to do with your one wild and precious life." The victims made a choice with their precious lives to get or provide an education. With their life, that their lives were cut short in that pursuit is tragic. I have said before that our students are heroes. Against many odds, they come to community colleges to learn something, to make a better life for themselves and their families. The students at Umpqua were doing the same, coming to get an education. Similarly, teachers and staff are called to the noble work of education and should not expect their lives to be endangered in any way. What a waste of these wild and precious lives. Today, while we offer condolences and healing to the Umpqua community, we can also reach out to each other, make peace with each other, make a commitment to create the caring community that we so desperately need. Today, I hope we will all reach out to our loved ones and talk to them, hug them, and hold them, and the Umpqua community in our hearts. Thank you.